I never thought I'd be the one to wage war against my own blood. But that's exactly what happened on that crisp autumn morning in Bozeman, Montana. The scent of pine and fresh earth lingered in the air as I sat in the old oak-paneled office of Jenkins and Sons, our family's estate lawyers. At 32, I'd carved out a solid life as a real estate attorney in Billings, handling ranch disputes and land deals that kept the Western spirit alive. But nothing in my courtroom battles prepared me for the gut-wrenching betrayal unfolding before me. Across the table sat my brother Jack and his wife Rachel, dabbing at their eyes with tissues that looked more like props than necessities. Jack, 5 years my senior, shifted in his worn leather jacket, the kind that screamed ranch air, but hid the gambling debts I suspected he'd racked up. Rachel, ever the picture of small-town perfection, clutched his arm, her diamond ring catching the light. It was all an act, one I'd seen them rehearse at family barbecues. "Before we proceed, Mr. Jenkins said, clearing his throat and adjusting his BOLO tie, "I want to offer my sincere condolences. Laura Hayes was a pillar of this community, a woman who turned our family's modest ranch into a thriving cattle empire worth millions." Jack leaned forward, his grief evaporating like morning dew on sagebrush. "How's the estate breakdown?" "Exactly?" The question landed like a punch. Mom had been buried just 3 days prior, her grave still fresh on the hill overlooking our sprawling property. "The total value is around $7 million, Jenkins replied, flipping open the folder. "That includes the 5,000-acre ranch in Gallatin Valley, investment portfolios from oil royalties, and of course, the jewelry collection." Rachel's eyes sparkled brighter than any gem. "The jewelry, valued at $2 million, Jenkins continued. "One of the finest private collections in the West. Pieces with histories tied to pioneers, gold rush heiresses, and even Hollywood starlets your mother befriended during her travels." I watched Jack's face tighten. Inside, my mind raced. Why me? Why had Mom confided in me alone during those long evenings by the fireplace? "And the split?" Jack pressed. Jenkins met my gaze. "Mrs. Hayes left the entire jewelry collection to Emily. The ranch and liquid assets are to be divided equally between you both." The room went still as a frozen creek. Jack's chair scraped back. "The whole collection? That's a quarter of everything," Rachel chimed in, her voice laced with feigned worry. "Emily's always been so independent. No family of her own. Maybe Mom wasn't in her right mind at the end. Chemo can cloud things." My heart pounded, but I kept my voice steady, honed from years of negotiating with stubborn ranchers. "Mom was sharp as a tack till the very end." Jack turned to me, his eyes narrowing like they did when we were kids fighting over chores.
"Ink. Come on.
You're single, buried in work. What do you need with millions in baubles? We've got kids, their college, their future on the ranch. Kids who visited Grandma maybe twice a year," I shot back, the words burning my throat. The drive from their place in Helena was barely 2 hours, yet excuses always piled up like snowdrifts. Jenkins intervened. "Perhaps we should finish the reading." But Jack was on his feet. "This has to be a mistake. Mom wouldn't unbalance it like this."
"Ink.
You were there every weekend when she was sick, influencing her. When she was dying," I corrected, my chest tightening. "I was there holding her hand." "Where were you, Jack? At the casino? Or closing shady land deals?" Rachel's hand restrained him, a move I'd witnessed at every tense holiday dinner. "Mr. Jenkins," she said smoothly, "we'd like a formal review. Talk to her doctors about her mental state. This bequest to one child, it raises eyebrows." They were gearing up for a fight, Montana style, quiet but ruthless, like a wolf pack circling. Jenkins nodded. You're right. But note that Laura updated this wolf 4 months ago, with witnesses including her oncologist attesting to her clarity. Jack's face reddened. For months, when Em started hovering more, the accusation sliced deep. I stood, grabbing my coat. Email me the details, Mr. Jenkins. I've got Mom's medical bills to pay alone. As usual. As I left, Rachel's voice followed. Let's keep this in the family.
No courts.
We wouldn't want folks gossiping about how you swayed a frail woman. Her words echoed in my mind as I drove back to my cabin on the ranch's edge. Why the jewelry? It wasn't just sparkle, it was Mom's soul.
Piece by piece.
I remembered being 8, alone in the big house while Dad chased oil prospects and Jack tagged along. Mom, Laura to me then, insisting it made her feel like a confidant, would pull me into her sunroom every Sunday. This turquoise necklace, she'd say, belonged to a Navajo silversmith who traded it for her freedom during the long walk. Or these sapphire earrings, from a saloon girl who struck gold in Deadwood and built her own empire. The stories might have been embroidered, but they filled the void. Mom taught me about authenticity, provenance, never mistake flash for substance. Value ain't in the price tag. She'd whisper. It's in the scars it carries. The simple silver bracelet, worth pennies, was her favorite. This held a lock of your hair from the day you were born. You were my miracle after the miscarriages. If I meant so much, why the endless ranch meetings over my school rodeos? Why charity auctions over my birthdays? Law school taught me people love flawed. Mom showed hers through gems, not hugs. When the cancer hit ovarian, stage 4, everything shifted. Jack sent cards, Rachel flowers. Dad had died years back, bucked off a horse during a storm. I took leave, moving into the main house. Those final months, I'd bring pieces to her bedside, the room smelling of lavender despite the machines. This ruby brooch, she rasped one night, I bought after your father forgot our anniversary again. It was my shield against feeling worthless. Why tell me now? I'd ask. Because these aren't just jewels.
Eminencia.
They're my regrets, choosing ranch expansions over family time. Appearances over authenticity. 2 weeks before she passed, she summoned Jenkins. The jewelry to Emily, all of it. Jack gets plenty, the land, half the cash. I protested, but she gripped my hand. He'll see dollars, you'll see the stories. Protect them, not the worth, but the weight. She made me promise. When they come, and they will, remember your guarding confessions. Apologies I never voiced. She died clutching that silver bracelet. Her final whisper. Forgive my absences.
Eminencia.
This is my way of staying. Back home. I opened the safe I'd installed post-funeral. Inside, each piece in its box. With Mom's notes, not appraisals, but narratives. $2 million in gems. But really, 50 years of a woman ranching her way through heartache. Jack saw loot. I saw Mom's fractured heart, finally entrusted to the one who'd tended it. The first strike came a week later, a text from my colleague. Check your inbox, legal filing. They'd hired a slick Helena firm, known for aggressive estate challenges. Not a full contest yet, but a motion for mediation and asset freeze, citing preservation of family heirlooms. Code for, lock it down while we scheme. Jack called soon after. This ain't personal. Suing me isn't. We're protecting Mom's legacy. Rachel dug up some charges, fancy meals in her last months. Looks off. Those were from the only diner delivering soft food she could eat, $1.50 for mashed potatoes when nausea hit hard. What do you want? Split the jewelry fair, thirds. You?
Me?
Kids trust. Mom wanted. Dying folks ain't always clear-headed. Remember her confusing dad for alive. A bald lie, she was lucid. I hung up, calling my friend Lisa, an estate specialist. They're probing, she said. But that firm's sharks, they smell blood. Sleepless. I pondered Jack as a boy, stealing my allowance, convincing me I'd lost it. His manipulations ran deep. Next day, Rachel ambushed me at my office, dressed in pressed jeans and boots. Woman to woman, we sat in the coffee shop, amid cowboys and clerks. I want to help, she started. Jack doesn't know I'm here.
Lie.
We've got logs, your daily visits, closed-door talks, documents signed. I was comforting her, being family, or isolating her. And your debts, law school loans. Tempting.
Huh.
I had debts. Sure. But a steady job. I didn't need gems. I needed closure. What's the deal? You keep the bracelet. We liquidate the rest. Split per succession laws like no will. Jack's rightful share as big brother? As father. Her mask slipped. You were always too attached, unhealthy. The pressure built. My mind swirling with doubt. Was I selfish? Mom's voice echoed. Protect the stories. I wouldn't budge. The mediation session loomed like a Montana thunderstorm, dark, inevitable, charged with tension. We met in a neutral conference room in Bozeman, the kind with fake plants and bad coffee, far from the ranch's wide-open spaces. Jack and Rachel arrived first, flanked by their lawyer, a sharp-dressed guy named Harlan with a reputation for turning siblings against each other. Lisa sat beside me, her notes meticulous. Inside, my thoughts churned. Why fight so hard? Was it greed? Or something deeper eating at Jack? The mediator, a no-nonsense woman named Clara, started. This is about finding common ground. Laura's will is clear, but emotions run high. Jack jumped in and manipulated her, constant visits, whispering in her ear. Rachel nodded. We have affidavits from ranch hands saying M kept us away. Lies. I'd beg them to visit. My mind flashed to Mom's last Christmas. Alone with me while they had plans. The isolation wasn't mine. It was theirs. Evidence. Lisa demanded. Harlan slid over papers, parking logs, nurse notes. MS. Hayes was alone with Laura for hours daily. And financials show unusual withdrawals. Those were for comfort items, books, flowers. I leaned forward, voice trembling with restrained fury. I was there because you weren't. Mom asked for the jewelry to go to me. It's not about money. Jack's eyes met mine. A flicker of something. Guilt?
Ing.
The ranch is struggling. Debts from bad seasons. The kids need security. For the first time, vulnerability cracked his facade. Was that the root? Not pure avarice, but desperation? Clara pushed. Compromise? Rachel suggested. Sell half the collection. Split proceeds. But Mom's notes burned in my memory, each piece a chapter of survival. No, I said. These aren't assets. They're her life. The session ended in stalemate. But Jack's admission lingered. That night, alone in my cabin,
Doubt flooded me.
what if sharing healed us? Mom's voice countered. Jack sees price, you see pain. I couldn't betray her trust. Weeks blurred into discovery, subpoenas, depositions. Their side deposed Mom's doctor.
Dr.
Ellis. Twisting words. Was Laura confused? Absolutely not, he retorted. But whispers spread in town. Folks at the feed store gossiping about that Hayes family feud. My practice suffered. Clients eyed me warily. Inside, conflict raged. I loved Jack once, the brother who taught me to ride horses.
Now.
He was the enemy. Why couldn't he see Mom's intent? Then came the bombshell. Lisa called. They've escalated. Full will contest. Claiming undue influence and incapacity. The filing painted me as a predator. Emily isolated Laura. Coerced changes amid illness. Attached, a witness statement from a former ranch hand, claiming I pressured Mom. Bribed? My rage boiled. But sorrow undercut it. Jack. How low? I dug deeper. Hiring a PI friend from Billings. Results shocked. Jack's gambling debts topped $300,000. Vegas trips. Online poker. Rachel's boutique was underwater. The fight wasn't just greed, it was survival mode. Mom had known. Her notes hinted. Jack inherited your father's wanderlust for fortune. Dad's oil chases left us broke once. Jack mirrored it. Confrontation came at the ranch gate. Jack showed unannounced. Truck dusty.
Ink.
Let's talk, no lawyers. We walked the pasture. Cattle lowing. I need this, he admitted. Bills piling up. Thought Mom owed me more, the eldest. Tears welled. I failed her.
Didn't I?
Too busy chasing wins. My heart ached. She loved you,
Jack.
but she saw me there daily. He nodded. Rachel pushed hard. Said we'd lose everything. Vulnerability cracked me. Was revenge worth shattering him? But Rachel's call hardened me. Drop this. Or we expose your secrets. Those loans make you look desperate. Threats fueled my resolve. We prepped for court. My mind a storm. Protect Mom's legacy. But at what cost to my soul? The preliminary hearing was in the old Bozeman courthouse. Wood creaking under boots. Judge Harlan, no relation to their lawyer, presided. Their side argued. Laura's will unbalanced. Influenced by Emily's constant presence. Evidence, logs.
Statements.
Lisa countered. Witnesses confirm capacity. This is baseless harassment. Jack testified first. Voice steady but eyes avoiding mine. Mom wasn't herself. Em took advantage. Lies twisted like barbed wire in my gut. My turn. I was her daughter. Not a schemer. The jewelry holds stories. Her regrets. Loves. Cross-exam revealed cracks. Jack admitted rare visits. Rachel slipped. We deserved more. She owed us for the grandkids. Judge paused proceedings. This smells like sour grapes. Mediation failed. Trial set. Post-hearing.
Jack approached.
This is tearing us apart. You started it, I whispered.
Inside.
Turmoil. Mom's lesson wasn't destruction, but understanding. Yet betrayal stung deep. Discovery unearthed more. Forged emails from Mom questioning her will, traced to Rachel's IP. Insurance claims on stolen ranch items. Padded. Criminal? Lisa said. We can refer to DA. But using it felt like poison. Mom's voice. Protect. Don't destroy. I hesitated. A late-night call from Jack. Rachel's leaving if we lose.
Help me. Eminencia.
Desperation humanized him. Meet tomorrow, I said. At a diner. He confessed. Gambling started small, stress from ranch.
Now.
It's everything. Tears fell. Mom knew. Warned me. My anger softened. Why fight me?
Pride. Fear.
We talked hours. Unearthing childhood wounds, Dad favoring him. Mom me. A bridge formed.
Tentative.
But Rachel doubled down. Pushing for trial. My mind wrestled. Expose them. Or offer olive branch. Mom's bracelet warmed my wrist. A reminder of forgiveness amid flaws. As trial approached, the weight pressed like Montana's endless sky, vast, unyielding. Newspapers and Billings ran headlines. Hayes siblings battle over matriarch's gems. Whispers at church potlucks judged me. Greedy girl. Inside, I questioned everything. Was I avenging Mom? Or feeding my own resentment? Jack's confession haunted. A brother drowning. Lashing out. Rachel's venom fueled the fire. But Jack? Redeemable. Lisa prepped witnesses. Dr. Ellis affirmed Mom's clarity. The nurse, Maria, testified. Emily brought comfort, not coercion. Their side's witness recanted, admitted bribe attempt. Evidence mounted against them. The PI found bank records, Jack's debts paid with loans from family trust. Unauthorized.
Fraud.
My heart twisted. Report it. And Jack faces jail. Mom's note on a pearl necklace, bought after your father's betrayal. Forgiveness is strength. Not weakness. I confronted Rachel alone at her boutique. This ends now. She smirked. You'll lose. Juries hate lone wolves. Or hate fraudsters. Her face paled. Jack's weak. I pushed for the kids. Self-justification. Kids deserve better than lies. Leaving. Doubt not. Destroy her.
Save him?
Jack called. Voice broken. Rachel's filing divorce papers. Said, I'm spineless. Come to the ranch. We sat by the fire. Like old times. I messed up.
Eminência.
Gambling ate me alive, escaping Dad's shadow. Tears flowed. Mom saw it. That's why she cut me out. No. She trusted me with stories. You with land. Balance. He nodded. Help me fix this. A turning point. Not war. But alliance? But court loomed. Opening statements. Their lawyer painted me isolator. Lisa. This is greed disguised as concern.
Jack testified. Scripted, em influência de raro.
But under cross. He cracked. Wasn't there enough? Rachel followed. Defiant. The will's unfair. Slips emerged, admitted checking Mom's accounts for safety. My testimony. The jewelry isn't fortune. It's Mom's heart. This turquoise from a pioneer widow who rebuilt after loss. Mom collected survival tales. The jury leaned in.
Inside.
Conflict peaked. Expose fraud. Or hold back for Jack's sake. Bombshell. Lisa introduced video. Mom recorded weeks before death. Witnesses present. On screen. Frail but fierce. I'm Laura Hayes. Sound mind. Dying but clear. Jack will challenge. I've documented his debts. Trust dips. Jack sank. But this is for Emily. She showed up. The gems are regrets, mine. She'll honor them. Mom addressed me. Forgive where possible.
Eminência.
Family's fragile.
Court recessed.
Jack approached. She knew everything. She loved you, warned you.
Tears, I'm sorry. Eminência.
Rachel stormed out. Deliberations short. Will upheld. But I requested leniency. No criminal referral if they drop appeals. Judge agreed. Stern. Learn from this.
Outside.
Jack hugged me. Thank you. Rachel glared.
But signed.
Healing began slowly. I kept the collection, but shared stories with Jack's kids, visits to the ranch, tales by fire. Article by article, the gems' histories mended us. The verdict day dawned bright, but my soul stormed. Juries' faces, ranchers, teachers, mirrored our town's mix. As they filed in, my mind screamed, what if they side with family man Jack? But Mom's video lingered, her eyes pleading forgiveness. Will stands, the foreman said. Relief flooded. but hollow. Judge addressed fraud. Evidence warrants review. I stood. Your Honor. Withhold referral. My brothers learned, harshly.
Gasps.
Jack's eyes widened. Conditions. Public acknowledgement. Counseling for debts. Judge nodded. Mercy granted. Post-court. Jack wept. Why? Mom taught value in people, not punishment. Rachel left silently. Divorce followed. Jack entered rehab. Weary built ties. The jewelry? Displayed in a local museum wing. Stories educating on Western women's resilience. Article lessons soften my heart. Family mends. If we choose. In the months following the trial, the ranch felt different, quieter, yet heavier with unspoken regrets. I threw myself into work, negotiating land conservations that preserved Montana's wild beauty. But nights brought introspection. Why had I spared Jack?
Was it weakness?
Or the humanity Mom instilled? Her silver bracelet became my talisman, a reminder that love endures betrayal. Jack started visiting, tentative at first, helping with fences. About the debts. I'm in Gamblers Anonymous. Vulnerability bridged gaps. Mom's video. She saw my flaws and loved you through them. We shared stories, him recalling Dad's harsh lessons, me Mom's quiet strength. Rachel faded, moved to Denver. Kids splitting time. I hosted them weekends, showing gems. This emerald from a miner's wife who struck it rich. Proof of second chances. One evening, by the creek, Jack confessed, I envied your bond with Mom. Pushed me to prove myself, stupidly. Tears mingled with laughter over childhood antics. Forgive me? Already have. Inside. Peace bloomed. This was Mom's true inheritance, reconciliation. But doubts crept. Had I romanticized? Town gossip lingered. Emily soft. Yet clients respected my fairness. I curated the collection for the Bozeman History Museum, each piece with plaques. Laura Hayes' legacy, stories of Western grit. Opening night drew crowds, ranchers, tourists. Jack attended, kids wide-eyed.
Owing.
Grandma's stuff is cool. Their innocence healed wounds. Rachel called once. You unhappy? Not about winning. About family. Silence. Then click. Perhaps seeds planted. As winter's snow blanketed the valley, Jack and I planned ranch futures, sustainable grazing. No more gambles. Mom's voice echoed. Value connections. The fight taught. Greed fractures. Mercy mends. I wore her bracelet daily, a symbol of imperfect love prevailing. The museum exhibit expanded, school tours learning women's histories through jewels. One girl asked, did your mom regret anything? Plenty, but she turned regrets into lessons. Inside, gratitude swelled for the battle that forged stronger bonds. Jack's probation ended cleanly. He remarried gently. A teacher who valued simplicity. We holidayed together, kids riding horses, stories flowing. The $2 million collection educated thousands, but the real worth? A family reborn from ashes. Reflections deepened. Why mercy? Because destruction echoes Mom's regrets. True victory, healing. Years passed. The ranch thriving under shared stewardship, Jack handling operations, me legalities. The jewelry collection became a Montana staple, inspiring books on frontier women. But the deepest change was internal. I married a kind veterinarian, started a family, teaching my daughter Mom's lessons early. One anniversary of the verdict, Jack and I sat on the porch, stars vast overhead. That fight nearly broke us, but didn't. He handed a box, a new note on Mom's stationery, found in old files. To my children, if you're reading post-battle, no, I orchestrated to unite, not divide.
Jack. Ler New Milite, em.
Compassion. Love endures. Tears flowed. She played us for good. Laughter followed. The article? Symbols of resilience. Now family heirlooms passed wisely. The story's moral whispered softly. In the West's harsh lands, family is the true fortune. Nurture it. Forgive flaws. Cherish presence over possessions. Mom's imperfect love taught that, turning war into wisdom. Elaborated ending. Daughter holding locket. Echoing cycle of love. Reflections on growth. From vengeance to empathy. Drama yielding to peace.